Man, welcome back to the hardest interview channel ever, man. Who I got in the building?
You already know what it is, man. Jam Vision's Camgod, man.
What's up with you, bro?
What's good, what's good?
Man, how everything going for you?
Man, everything is going wonderful, beautiful. How about yourself?
Man, I'm doing good, man. You know, just dipping and dabbing, you know what I'm saying, doing what I do.
Already.
So what got you out here in Atlanta?
Oh, shoot, I got booked out here, man. Supposed to be shooting a client and, shoot, just tapping in with everybody out here like yourself, you know what I mean?
Okay. So like, man, you know what I'm saying, for the people who don't know, man, just give us a little short, you know what I'm saying, background, like, man, who is you know what I'm saying, how you came up, where you from?
Oh, well, shoot, I mean, Nipsey Hussle from Lil Wayne to Kevin Gates to 85 South Show to Yellow Beezy, Trap Boy Freddy, Mo 3, Faison Love, you know, my work goes, you know, speaks for itself, you know, but it's Camgod, Jam Visions. Jam Visions the company, Camgod's a shooter. Shout out to Solo Lucci for that, you know. Solo Lucci had gave me that name, though, Camgod. And basically from Dallas, Texas, you know, that's where I started from. I'm actually not from there, you know, I'm born in Italy, but, you know, moved to the States and, you know, traveled around and everything like that, and came out there to Fort Worth and started off with my camera. You know, had my start off with a T5 Rebel and linked up with Jeff Adair. You know, he hit me up and shoot, I didn't know a lick. I ain't know nothing, zilch, nothing about the photography world, nothing about videos, didn't know nothing about shutter, ISO, aperture. I knew nothing. You know, linked up with him, and that's all she wrote.
So like, man, you say you know what I'm saying, you from England?
Italy.
Yeah. Okay. So like, was your parents like in the military or?
Yeah, they was in the military, both of them was. And then, but I stayed with my mother for probably like maybe a year, and then she shipped me over to my grandmother. I stayed with her till I was 5, and then my mother came back, and that's when we moved to New Orleans. You know, moved to New Orleans, then I stayed in Texas, and then from Texas, shit, she kicked me out at 14, and then I've just been on my own ever since.
So where was the best place? Like, you know what I'm saying, Italy, New Orleans, or you
I
know?
only remember Italy because I was a baby. I got to travel back out there, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of the places I really fuck with was, shit, I would say Kansas City is one of the dope spots, DC, you know, Cali. And these ain't even from, you know what I'm saying, my mother being in the military. This is me just traveling, just being there. And then, you know, Alabama, you know, I used to live out there too, you know, but Texas is one of my dope spots too. You know, I fuck with Texas. Texas is where it's a lot of things that have happened for me, a lot of money been made out there, you know, a lot of connections, a lot of networking. So, you know, I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for Texas.
Okay, so everything big in Texas.
Everything, you know what I mean?
Okay, so talk about that experience, man, like, you know what I'm saying, just picking up the camera and then, you know, grinding and, you know what I'm saying, making a name for yourself. Like,
Shit.
Like, how does it feel, like, you know, just knowing that you Camgod, you know, you can walk prideful with that name?
I mean, it's still things about myself, even what I do, I still try to stay, you know, I keep myself level. It's not that I see myself up there, because shit, it's a lot of dope ass motherfuckers, but I'm gonna be honest with you. It's, you know, it's certain things motherfuckers can't do what I do, and, you know, some people do better than some things I can't do, you know, but I kind of like, you know, just started off. It's all about the determination and the work that you put in. You know what I'm saying? When I was working with Jeff, I had a son on the way, and I was working at FedEx. You know, I was working a 9 to 5. Well, shit, it was like 6 hours just at FedEx, or 4 hours, but they barely gave you any time. So I had my son on the way. I just was learning about the camera. Jeff Adair had hit me up, and he was like, "Hey, can you come work with me?" I worked with him. Dude was like, "Say, bro." He was like, "Can you get the 50mm?" Man, I ain't know shit. I ain't know nothing. I ain't know how to get it. I ain't know what to look for, what he was asking for. I didn't know shit. So when I had went and got it, or was looking to attempt it, I guess I was moving too slow. So he's like, just went and grabbed it and shit. And then he grabbed it. He was like, "All right." So after we finished, he was like, "You don't know what the fuck you doing, do you?" And I was like, nah, but if you just let me shadow you, I got you. He was like, I ain't no good teacher, but alright. So he was hitting me up, and I ain't asked that nigga for nothing. He'll tell you 3 months, Jeff Adair, bro. I fuck with him. 3 months I worked with him. He gave me like 60, 50, 70, you know what I'm saying? Shit like this. You know, I had to deal with my baby mama. I had to deal with motherfuckers telling me I wasn't gonna make it. I had motherfuckers telling me that I was getting played and all this other shit. When I would leave after the shoot, we were working from 1 p.m., finish around 1 a.m. And I was riding on the train, you know what I'm saying? I was catching the TRE from Dallas to Fort Worth, or from Fort Worth to Dallas. But the TRE will stop moving around like 8, 9 o'clock. So after I finish shooting, I gotta wait for the TRE till 5 in the morning. So I had to sleep at the bus stop. You know what I mean? So I'll sleep at the bus stop, and then from there, it'll just be some shit like, shit, baby mama think I'm either fucking around, doing some shit, or whatever like that. But you know, it was always hard work and dedication. I had to stay consistent in doing what I was doing.
Like, you know what I'm saying, what you talking about your baby mama, like, was she just insecure with, like, you know what I'm saying, the video girls that come with the job?
I wasn't around females like that though. I wasn't around, it was just me being out. You know what I'm saying? In order to make my name for myself and how I became myself, I grind, bro. Like, I grind. It wasn't, and still I grind. Even me coming to see you. You know what I mean? I got work. I just got finished doing a shoot. I had to drive an hour to come out here. You know what I mean? But the whole thing, I'm looking at, it's always an opportunity, but it's always the networking that's about it. It's work. You know what I'm saying? It's always about work. And as long as you stay focused on working and being consistent and getting better at what you're doing and networking, you're going to always win. You're going to always win.
What you feel like, what was your biggest win?
Man, I got a lot of them. I got a lot of them, like, you know, just to be like, man, what the fuck? Working with MTV Wild 'N Out, when I first linked up with them, it was a good feeling just to be around everybody. And how I did that is because I ended up seeing Rip Michaels at a club that I knew that they was gonna be at, and I got in, and my whole goal, and I'm not gonna lie to you, was to meet whoever was in charge or the head up there, was to, you know, that's who I needed to talk to so I can get there. Mission accomplished when I did that. Bro told me to come through to the Verizon Theater. Came there. I went in. I wasn't in there. People thought I was getting paid, doing all this other shit. What people gotta understand is that it's not about getting paid. Paying comes later on. Getting paid comes later on. It's about the connection and the networking and doing your best shit, because the motherfuckers don't need me. You know, they don't need me. They don't need nobody. They already got their own people. But if they invite you to come in, you take that motherfucking opportunity, and I take the opportunity. I had that shot. Also the opportunity when I linked up with Nipsey Hussle, that was a big win. And from the pictures that I took, those went viral, and a lot of artists, from Trey, you know, Trey the Truth, from Hollywood Baby, you know what I'm saying, K104, they have tattoos of him on their body. The Gang, you know, they took my pictures, you know, from there. I had other situations to where I've worked with, you know, 85 South Show, you know, my boy DC Young Fly, Carlos Miller, Chico Bean, you know, shout out to my boy Cat that's out there. It's a lot of doing those type of things with people that are great. I mean, to watch them work, and they work just off the top of their dome, you know what I mean? And just to see that, and the consistency and the grind, and people have to understand, these motherfuckers been doing this shit. They've been doing this for like years, you know what I'm saying? People will be like years in working before you even know who they are. So you'll think just because you see them, they just now made it. Just like myself, man, I've been grinding for, like my nigga Star Pitchy said, for a long time. you know, even linking up with him, shoot, that's my boy too, man. It's a lot of people that I work. Lil Wayne, YM Bug, you know, shout out to YMCMB Sports for allowing me to do some work for Wayne. So it's a lot of
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man, when you say MTV, man, I ain't gonna lie, you look like a goddamn another version of Chico Bean.
I get that shit all the time.
Oh God,
I get
bro,
that shit all
like
the
Chico
time.
Bean,
But see, he from DC too. He from DC too. We don't know if we got no cousins or nothing like that, but you know, that's my nigga though.
Yeah, man, that's my cousin. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? You better ask him. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, man. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you got like in the upcoming future?
Man, the main thing that I'm focusing on is getting better at my craft, perfecting it. Cause man, you can't get stuck doing the same thing for a certain amount of time. I mean, I don't feel right doing it. I always want to elevate. So my next moves is really looking for people, looking for a better team, bro. Because I know with a team, you can accomplish a lot, way more. I'm a one-man band right now. You know what I'm saying? Doing everything, you know, I may call people to do behind the scenes shoots or whatever like that. But if I actually had a team, it's way more things that you will be able to see me doing instead of photo shoots and just doing music videos or doing this. I really want to get into really like professional commercials. I'm talking about like the big dog commercials, and then able to do movies.
Oh, okay.
You know, I really want to start shooting movies and doing things that are change the mindsets of how we see things, especially in our community. Instead of it being somewhere we selling dope or selling drugs, it's in a whole different mindset in how we do things, because we got to look out for our children. You know, it's the youth that's coming up, and what do we have to show for ourselves except for the fucking social media and a bunch of bullshit that's going on? So I'm trying to do something. I know with my talent and my mindset and how I grew up, that, you know, if I was able to have the opportunity to really make some movies, some dope movies, you know, it'll really do an impact in the world.
Okay. So like last thing, man, you know what I'm talking about, like, man, just really want to touch base, man. You're a videographer, you know what I'm saying? This for all the videographers, all the rappers. Man, let's get your take on just being a videographer at a video shoot and the bullshit that you got to go through with the artist as far as shooting it. Man, as soon as you go home, they expect that motherfucker to be done in 2 hours. Like, just talk about that frustration.
Well,
just,
I mean, yeah, if you don't, in the beginning, it's frustrating. In the beginning, because I had to learn. Like, I didn't go to school for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody put me on or certain things. I just had to watch and I had to learn. So it's like, I had to go through some shit. You know what I mean? I didn't ask people for deposits at first. So a nigga booked me for Friday and be like, yeah, man, we shooting at 3 o'clock on Friday. And I'm like, all right, well, this is how much it's gonna be. Okay. That day come up, hey, man, we're gonna have to move the day to woo-woo. But I done already had 2 or 3 people that had already called for that shit, you know, for that day. But I told them, nah, I can't do it because I got this day. So I had to learn about the fucking deposit. Then also you gotta learn when you on shoot, sometimes the motherfucking artists don't know how to move. You know, they be stiff, or even if they want to be where you finish editing the video, or you gotta let them know, hey, it's gonna be done in so-and-so time. But you have to keep your word. And that's the main thing as a videographers, you know what I'm saying? You have to keep your word. You have to stay communicating with your people. If there's no communication, there's no way they can trust you. There's no way that they gonna feel good about how that video is. They gonna be like, man, fuck that video. I don't give a fuck, nigga. You could have called me and told me when this video was gonna be ready. And if it wasn't gonna be ready, at least communicated with me. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of videographers that, you know, I hold accountable. I mean, myself, I call. People know me. I hate texting. Call, if I'm up, I'ma answer. You know what I'm saying? I'm never the type, man, it's so-and-so time, you gonna have to call me so-and-so. Nah, call me. You know what I mean? I wanna be reliable. I want you to be able to call, man, because if you book me, I'm honored that you booked me, because what you did was you trusted me to shoot your video, to come out with your vision, and you're helping me take care of whatever else I needed to build. You know what I'm saying? It's all about building, so I try to treat the whole thing like a family. You know, so I put artists, I try to give them games. So that's even with my prices. When people see me and how I work, and they be like, oh, you know how motherfuckers be bitching about your prices. Everybody's prices ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? And that's due to quality, connections, networking, who that person is. Because that person could probably just take your video to a whole nother level. And because that person is around so-and-so, around these people, that is also giving you opportunity for your video to be seen and heard. You know what I mean? And it's not you fucking with somebody that really know what the fuck they doing. So, you know, it's a lot that comes with the shits. You know what I mean? And people don't understand the editing process of it. Like you said, people think that shit supposed to be finished in 2 hours or whatever. Like, hold on, bro, be wanting a whole alien, a spaceship, and hey, I want this and that, and I want that and this, and oh man, goddamn. All the shit that you asking for, plus it's gonna take a whole lot to accomplish, which is not a problem, but understand how much money you put into it, because that's a time factor. You know what I mean? I'm spending all these days and all these hours on this video. You know what I mean? And that's what some artists need to be considered about. And videographers as well. It's all about how your turnaround time is. Say what you mean and mean what you say.
There it is. Camgod, you know what I'm saying, gave y'all that message. So y'all better listen, because God looking at you. You know what I'm talking about?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? All the way from Texas to Atlanta. You know what I'm talking about? To South Carolina. You know
Yes,
what I'm talking
sir.
about? Man, I want to appreciate you, man.
Man, I appreciate you for real, for real.
Man, hey, I appreciate you, man. For real, man. Hey, I got to say the same thing you said. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, lost for words, man. But appreciate you coming on 32 FERGTV, man. The hardest channel ever.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm talking about? Hey, we going global with it.
Going
Appreciate
global,
you.
yes, sir.